Morning.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, so in the last class we discussed about the marketing intelligence, and today we will continue. So, marketing intelligence is the process of acquiring and analyzing information in order to understand the market, right? So, both existing and potential customers. So, to determine the current and future needs and preferences, attitudes, and behavior of the market, and to assess changes in the business environment. So that may affect the size and nature of the market in future. In detail, when we see this definition, right, we can get some idea. So the acquiring information means these steps normally involves collecting data from various sources, right? So because marketing information system is using the components to gather the data. So one of the components is marketing intelligence. So that marketing intelligence try to gather the data from different sources and analyzing information to gain a comprehensive understanding. That means the holistic view of the market. This includes both existing and potential customers. So then acquiring information, as I said, is getting gathering the information or data from various sources and feedbacks, market reports, competitor analysis, industry publication, and social media. These are some examples of sources marketing intelligence try to gather the data. The goal is to gather as much relevant information as possible about the market. Right? So now you can understand, and then we will see some examples. So then they want to collect the relevant information, right, about the market using these different sources. What are the sources? Is a customer feedback, the market reports, competitor analysis, industry publication, and social media. And then they try to analyze. So once the data is collected, it needs to be analyzed to extract a meaningful insight, right? Meaningful insight. This could involve statistical analysis, trend identification, and comparative studies to understand the market dynamics. So then understanding the market means here through the analysis, the businesses aim to gain a deeper understanding of their current customer and potential customers. Right? So this includes their needs, preferences, attitudes, and behaviors. So by knowing what customers want and how they behave, businesses can tailor their products and services accordingly. Right? So by knowing or by understanding customers want, right, what customers really want and how they behave, right, businesses can tailor. The tailor means businesses can create. So everyone, can you hear me clearly? Do you have any difficulties?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Sorry?
No, sir. No, sir.
Someone put the message, voice is not clear, that's why I'm sometimes in their connection maybe. So if you everyone, if you are okay, then I can continue. Right. So then through analysis, businesses aim to gain a deep understanding of their current customers and potential customers. So this includes their needs, preferences, attitudes, and behaviors. Right. So then this is the things normally they try to understand about the market. Understanding the market means understanding the customers. What they can understand about customers, their preferences, their attitudes, and behaviors. Right. So understanding customers already, right, in a different right section we discussed about. That is very crucial, right? Why? Because marketing normally they try to fulfill the needs and wants of the customers in the market. So then that's why they should understand their needs, their needs and their preferences and their behaviors. The attitudes and behaviors sometimes you may confuse. Attitudes always the feelings and beliefs about the product, service, or brand. Right? Positive attitudes can lead to brand loyalty, while negative attitudes can right? Sometimes reject the products. Say for example, some country of origin, some countries, right? So say for example, German, made in right, Japan. So then people prefer to purchase, right? So then there's a positive attitude. Some other countries, right? Some countries people like to avoid it, right? So the negative. So that's a behavior, attitudes, and behavior in the sense the action customers take, such as purchasing, recommending, pre-purchasing. These are the actual actions of the customers are considered as a behavior, right? And preferences. Preferences are the choices customers make when they have options. Preference can influence factors like quality, price, brand reputation, personal taste, sometimes personal the right contact. Uh, uh, so now you can understand these are the things normally they try to understand. So when we try to talk about understanding the market about uh, these right needs, preferences, attitudes, and behavior of the uh, market, and determining current and future needs. So marketing intelligence helps businesses predict future trends and customer needs. Right? So marketing intelligence helps businesses predict. Predict means in advance they can write some forecast. They can do some forecast, right? Marketing intelligence helps the businesses predict future trends and customer needs. So that means before customers feel about the needs, the marketing intelligence can detect some in future customers may have this kind of a needs. By understanding the current market condition and customer feedback, businesses can anticipate. So that means predicts, another term we can say, we can, the customer, so the businesses can anticipate the changes and prepare for the future demands, right? So then these things are now you can understand it's very useful for the companies, right? For take a actions to get the success. So that's why uh, business environment changes also they want to understand. The market environment is constantly evolving, changing. Factors like technological advancement, economic changes, regulatory changes, and competitive dynamics, right? So that's why marketing intelligence involves monitoring these changes to assess their potential impact on the market. So now you can understand. So then successful companies, especially the big companies, always use these marketing intelligence. So using the marketing intelligence can get the updates about the market and market environment. Then these can by assessing the changes in the business environment, business can understand how these changes might affect the market size and nature, right? So then based on that, they can have a different strategies. So so this definition give a very comprehensive one idea about what really marketing intelligence is doing. Another that examples or uh, definitions. The marketing intelligence system is a set of procedures and sources used by managers to obtain their everyday information about pertinent developments in the marketing environment. That also, as we discussed earlier. So then the same thing, everyday information. That means continuously they try to get, right? So so then this definition also giving a comprehensive understanding. It's a system, so procedures, system, set of procedures and sources, right? Or previous definitions also we discussed deeply, and this also give us same idea. As procedures and sources used by managers to obtain their everyday information about a pertinent development in the marketing environment, right? So and now you can understand normally they are using the marketing intelligence to gather the data from the marketing environment to understand what is happening in that environment, right? So then another definition also, you see the marketing intelligence has the uh, capacity, right? Marketing intelligence has the capacity to be at the forefront in contributing to the development of business environment. So forefront in the sense, uh, before the competitors do anything, they have to be in front of the competitors. They want to lead. right? So that's why marketing intelligence always help them to understand the market and conditions, and based on that, they can take some strategies to be in the front, right? So marketing intelligence has the capacity to be at the forefront in contributing to the development of business and through strategic research, risk and policy analysis, right? Strategic research, risk and policy analysis, credit rating, documentation, storage, publication, reporting, and communication of reliable, timely, and objective business information. It incorporates information from customer analysis and industry analysis as well as the general market condition, right? It's also giving a different uh, components about this, right? So when we see some more detail about this, right? How this definition is giving a more as a comprehensive view, uh, right? About this marketing intelligence. So we can have a kind of a as a holistic view about the marketing intelligence, right? So then our marketing is strategic actions or research normally, so marketing intelligence try to interview. Uh, So that's why strategic research in the sense marketing intelligence involves conducting in-depth studies to understand the market trends, customer behavior, and competitive landscape. This research helps businesses make informed decisions about product development, market, and competitive strategies. But normally we will discuss separately market research in addition to the marketing intelligence. Companies are using the market research. In some cases, not confused, in some cases, some organizations they do the marketing research under the marketing intelligence. But it's a commonly right. So other organizations do marketing intelligence, right? Just scanning the reports, getting the feedback, observing the social media, they can get the data. And if this data is not enough, then they can go for some strategic research, right? Uh, and risk and policy analysis means potential risk and evaluate the impact of policy changes on business operations, right? What are the changes in the policies? This analysis helps businesses expect, anticipate, and mitigate risk, right? If there is any risk, then they can take some actions how they can avoid the risk. So ensuring smooth operation and compliance with the regulations, right? Normally, policy, the government policies, right? So the regulatory policies can affect the businesses. So that's why they clearly observe if there are any changes in policy, because sometimes policy can make some effects. Say, for example, banning or right, putting some barriers to use some harmful chemicals or so plastic. These things are some policies can make some effects on the businesses they are involving these kind of businesses, right? So then they can take some actions to find alternative ways to do the business. And credit rating documentation means gathers and analyze financial data to assess the creditworthiness of the business and individuals, right? So this information is crucial for making a lending decision, managing financial risk, and establishing trust with the stakeholders. So because the company sometimes the particular business try to get the credit, or sometimes the particular company can give the credit. So then they based on this information collecting about the businesses and individuals to understand the credit worthiness. That means whether they have a capacity to repay the credit. If they understand on that, they can do the business that kind of organization, because most of the organization they are doing business based on the credit basis, right? But if their customers not in a position to repay the credit, a particular organization may be in trouble. So that's why uh, they collecting the information about the credit worthiness of that customers or individuals or businesses to this can help the organization to take some decisions about the lending decision, whether they can give uh, right, the facilities to the parties, right, whether they have a credit worthiness. And storage, publication, and reporting means is marketing intelligence involves a systematic collection, storage, and dissemination of business information by maintaining a repository, right? So that means getting a database like that, reliable data, so businesses can ensure that stakeholders have access to up-to-date and accurate information for decision making. By having this marketing intelligence, also gathering the data, definitely they have to have a storage repository, means the storage facility about the data which they are collecting from the marketing environment. So then that always helps the decision makers to access when they need that kind of data to take some informed decisions. And communication of reliable, timely, and objective information. That also another part of the marketing intelligence is emphasize the importance of delivering accurate and current business information. Right? Importance of delivering accurate and current business information. So this enables businesses to stay competitive and responsive to market changes. Right? So like that, customer analysis. That includes already from the previous definitions also we discussed about gathering and interpreting data about customers to understand their needs, preferences, attitudes, and behavior. And another one, industry analysis, that also examines the industry trends, competitive dynamics, and regulatory environments. So industry trends means what the other competitors, right? They're doing the same business, what they are doing, what about their moves, right? This information helps businesses identify opportunities and threats within their industry. Right? Sometimes some companies can withdraw from the market. Sometimes they can introduce a new competitive offers, right? Value-added offers, and then they try to get some advantage. In that case, it may be a threat to the particular company. So allowing them to adapt their strategies based on that, right? And general market condition also. Monitor overall market conditions, say, including economic indicators, market trends, demographics. Right? This is a broad view of the market environment. Also, businesses make strategic decisions. So from these definitions, now we can have a very comprehensive understanding about the usage of the marketing intelligence, right? So the different aspects. So the different definitions try to explain the different aspects of the marketing intelligence is placed. So marketing intelligence is viewed in its totality as a continuing and interacting structure of people, equipment, and procedures to gather, sort, analyze, and distribute pertinent, timely, and accurate information for use by marketing decision makers to improve their marketing planning, implementation, and control. So then this definition is aligned with the definition we have discussed previously. So then same idea, right? It's a continuing interacting structure of people, equipment, and procedures. So then there's a kind of a system. System consists people, structure, equipment. Why? The procedure also there in the system. Why it is there? To gather the data, right? And sort that, analyze, and distribute pertinent, that means relevant, timely. So then, right in time, the accurate information to the use by marketing decision makers. So then, marketing intelligence always, why the marketing intelligence is there? To support the decision makers to take an informed decision, this gathering the data and doing the analysis and distribute to the relevant people who are taking the informed decisions, right? So the marketing research plays a critical role part in marketing intelligence system. As I said, marketing research also separately we will discuss, but in some cases, marketing research also part of the marketing intelligence. It aids in improving management decision making by providing relevant, accurate, and timely information. The fundamental purpose of marketing intelligence is to help marketing managers make a decision they face each day in the various areas of responsibility, including price. Right? So now we can move towards marketing intelligence's four primary purposes, right? So then yes, deeply we will discuss about competitor assessment and tracking. So when they are going to assess what the competitors are doing, that means they are going to monitor. Then early warning opportunities and threats. So then that means early warning opportunities and threats. That means they detect, anticipate some opportunities and threats in advance. Right. So then marketing intelligence can give some warnings about the opportunities and support for strategic planning and implementation. Strategic planning and implementation and support strategic decision making. So then these are the things we will discuss about, right? Uh, Competitors assessment and tracking. So to monitor and analyze the competitor activities and their strength and their weaknesses or their strategies and their marketing positions. All these things are very useful to the organization, right? So that some examples you can see. So Nike and Adidas, these are right. They are the marketers, right? Uh, they are doing the business about the sports related, right? Goods. They are the marketing. So Nike uses marketing intelligence to track Adidas new product launches. So especially sports dresses and other equipment, right? They are producing. So that's why they are the competitors. Like always observe the Adidas, right? Nike and Adidas are very popular, well renowned brands, right? So that's why Nike always uses the marketing intelligence to track Adidas new product launches. So when the new product, what type of new products Adidas is going to launch, what are the promotional campaigns Adidas is going to launch, what are the price strategies Adidas is using, and distribution channels, how they are distributing it, right? So then this information always help the Nike to take some strategic moves. By doing so, Nike can adjust its marketing strategies. Nike can adjust its marketing strategies to stay competitive, right? So then they can launch a similar product offering the competitive pricing, and they can do some better campaign, right? So by assessing and attacking the competitors using the marketing intelligence. And another examples you can see about the early warning of opportunities and threats. So then here Coca-Cola, right? Coca-Cola, that's a very popular, right, beverage brand around the globe. Coca-Cola employs the marketing intelligence to identify trends in consumer preferences, right? Consumer preferences it's a very matters right, to these beverage companies because severe competition is there, no? So that's why such as growing demand of healthier beverages. Now people prefer about the healthier drinks, right? Healthier drinks. So that's why they marketing intelligence can give some warnings. The people are generally preferring the healthy drinks, right? By recognizing this shift early, right? By understanding this in advance by using the marketing intelligence, Coca-Cola can develop a market, a new product like Coca-Cola Zero Sugar or vitamin water to capitalize on the health conscious trend of the consumers. Now you can understand when they are using the marketing intelligence, they can understand what is the preferences of the consumers, especially the beverages. So then they identified, so people are moving towards a healthy range. So that's why in advance, they detected this right emerging trends in the market. So then they prepared, they had a strategies to introduce a Coca-Cola zero carb, right? Zero carb because that is zero carb, zero calories, zero sugar is so that most of the people prefer to have it. And vitamin waters also, then they are instead of carbonated water, they Coca-Cola right to introduce a vitamin water, right, to capitalize these market trends. So simultaneously, they can prepare strategies to counteract potential threats from the health regulations or competitor product. So competitors also introducing some healthy range, and then these are the warnings, right? They receive from the marketing intelligence and support for strategic planning and implementation. Simply, you can say how they can provide the data and insights that guide long-term strategic planning and execution. Example, you can see Apple. Apple uses marketing intelligence to understand market trends, right? Customer preferences and technological advantage. So continuously, Apple is observing the market to understand the market trends and the consumer preferences and technological advancements. So this information supports the strategic planning in areas like product development, market entry, uh, and the expansion strategies, right? Expansion means how they can, for example, data on increasing demand for wearable technology lead to the development and successful launch of Apple Watch, right? So then people are more conscious about their health, as we discussed for the Coca-Cola and the technology. Also, they prefer to monitor their health condition. So then they go for a wearable technology that means smart watch. So then Apple, right, launched Apple Watch uh, based on this strategy move and support of strategic decision making. Strategic decision making because the Amazon marketing intelligence system collects vast amounts of data on customer buying behavior, right? Customer buying behavior, so competitor pricing and market trends. So this data supports a strategic decisions such as dynamic pricing. That's dynamic pricing in the sense prices are changing according to the market condition. Right. So when we observe marketing intelligence, it's observing the price in the market and other condition in the market and then inform to the right emission, right, decision makers, and then they can implement the dynamic pricing change. Dynamic, you can understand it's a kind of a change. Changing price according to the market condition, according to the customer preferences, competitor move, and other factors, then they also adjust the prices accordingly. So then they can do the inventory management and personalized marketing. So for example, by analyzing customer data, Amazon can decide to offer personalized recommendations. Personalized recommendation already we have discussed about considering the individual preferences and then they try to provide the solution accordingly. And promotions to individual customers and enhancing the customer satisfaction and loyalty. So now you can understand these are the strategic, right? Marketing intelligence serves four primary purposes, right? So then seven possible actions to improve the marketing intelligence system, right? Seven possible actions to improve the marketing intelligence system. So then a company can take a several possible actions, right? One is train and motivate the sales force. See here, you see one example, we can understand why the companies are training the motivated sales force. So marketing intelligence system already we discussed about continuously gathering the data about the market. So one of the source is the sales force. Sales force, so we may think about sales, selling the things, right? So then they are involving in distributing the product. But actually, so that another purpose also they are about sales force because the sales force are very close to the market than the management, right? You all can understand management maybe in their head office or in their offices, but the sales force are moving towards the market. And then they are mingled with the customers and retailers and they can understand what is happening in the environment. So that's why to spot and report the new developments, right? Spot means to identify and report new development. So identify and report the new development. Then they are giving a training to the sales force. At the same time, they are motivate them. So the company must sell its sales force on their importance as intelligent gatherers, right? So then they says the companies normally read the sales force as intelligent gatherers, right? They can gather the data. So Grace Performance Chemicals, one example, right? Grace Performance Chemicals, a division of WR Grace, so the company you can check in the internet, supplies materials and chemicals to the construction and packaging industries, right? Supplies, you see, supplies materials and chemicals to the construction and packaging industry. So what they are really doing, supplies materials and chemicals to the construction and packaging industry. So then that is the original business. What is the business? Supplies materials and chemicals to the construction and packaging industry. And its sales reps were instructed, yes, its sales reps were instructed to observe the innovative ways, right? To observe the innovative ways customers used its products in order to suggest possible new products, right? Its sales reps were instructed to observe. So then they asked the sales rep, observe the innovative ways customers use this product. But originally, they introduced these materials and chemicals for the construction and packaging industry. But now they are asking their sales representatives to observe how the consumers are using these chemicals and materials for the other purposes. Right? So that's why to observe the innovative ways customers use its products in order to suggest possible new products. So then same products, so then they can use for the different purpose. So if they identify that different purpose, then they can possibly introduce the new products to, right, to fulfill that need. So some were using the grace, some were right, using the grace waterproofing materials because that materials, the construction and packaging, they use that chemicals and other materials for the waterproofing purpose. Now you can understand how to prevent the water leakage. That means waterproofing materials to then they use that materials to the soundproof their cars. Now, originally they introduced for the industry, right? To prevent the water leakage. But actually now some customers are using that to prevent the sound, right? Leakage. So that means soundproof in their cars and patch boots. Patch boots also they are using and tents. Right? Patch boots and tents, right? They are using that material. So then several new product ideas emerged, both mainly and in sales. So earlier, they introduced the chemical and materials in the industry, right? Construction industry, especially or specifically as a waterproofing material. But now they are using it as a soundproof material and patching the roofs and tents, and that's why the sales reps informed to the company through the right. Then they gather this from this marketing intelligence using the sales force, and then they introduce seven new product ideas, right? Emerged, uh, worth millions in sales. So now you can understand the usage of this marketing intelligence. They can right gets a new product usage as well. And another one is the motivates distributors, retailers, and other intermediaries to pass along important intelligence. Not only salespeople, then they are motivating their distributors and the retailers and other intermediaries, right, to pass along important intelligence. So marketing intermediaries are often closer to the customer and competition and can offer help insights. So then now you can understand, right? Marketing uh, uh, so distributors, right? And retailers, because as I said, like a sales force also, these are the people also very close to the customers and competitors, and they also can understand what is happening in the market. So that's why have a open communication with them, right? So making a culture of open communication. That means whatever things openly they can communicate with the company and give the feedback. Regularly, normally engage with these intermediaries through meetings and having some parties or something else to right connect with them, right? Visit to the build the trust, the rapport, and create a partnership mindset with these distributors and retailers, right? Intermediaries as partners rather than just distributing channels. So then they consider, they treat them as a partner. Then the partners are more loyal, right? So this collaborative approach makes they feel valued and more likely to share the information. Not only that, so they try to provide some incentive as well. So offer financial incentives, the bonuses, commissions, and profit sharing basis, right? So to get the usefulness of this information they gathered from these people, then they encourage them by providing this incentive to get more information, right? So sometimes implementing some programs to acknowledge the intermediaries to contribute the valuable insights about the market, right? By giving awards and other certificates. And not only that, sometimes they don't know how to do that, so then they can conduct some training session. I provide training session that help intermediaries understand how to gather and report the market intelligence effectively, right? So now sometimes they provide some tools like systems, AI connecting with these intermediaries and things like that. Then they can enter the data or information in the system automatically, they can gather them. Right? So that's why not only the training, they're providing some sources and tools as well. And establish a feedback mechanism as well regular. Right. So then using these things, they can get the valuable information to the marketing intelligence. Thank you.